Well, hello, students, and welcome to another episode here on Jay's Learning School. I am so excited about today's lesson. Oh boy, I hope you guys are ready. I am going to teach you about music today. We are going to learn, or you're going to learn, different aspects about music and how you can use these common phrases and common vocabulary words when you are communicating in English. Now, as always, make sure you're paying attention because in this lesson, I will have various pop quiz questions through each section to see if you're paying attention and you are learning. I got a smile on my face because I'm excited about today's lesson. We're going to have some fun, and I hope I don't get beside myself. So, there are many types and styles of music. Think about it. You have country music, you have rhythm or R&B, rhythm and blues. You have blues, down, 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 down. I went to the internet, down, 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 and I wanted to learn English, down, 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 down. I turned on Jay's Learning School, down, down, and he taught me all I needed to know. That's the blues. Okay, you have gospel music or religious music, rap music, just so many different types of music. And of course, music is used to entertain, inform, and inspire people, but also music is used to educate people all across the world. So, music is one of those things that can cross different types of language and racial boundaries. Music is a very powerful tool. And so today we're going to look at music and we're going to learn some different things to help you to understand and speak better English. So, you ready? All right, let's get it. So, instrumental. Instrumental music is music that does not have any lyrics, any type of words. It's just music. And so we would call that instrumental music. And so you have some people, they listen to instrumental music when they're studying. Some people listen to instrumental music when they're meditating. Uh, Back when I was coming up, my mother used to tell me, stop listening to that rap music. And she would play classical music, which was instrumental music, Beethoven and things of that nature in the car. And I noticed that type of music would relax me. And so again, instrumental music does not have any lyrics or words or singing at all. It's just plain music. Lyrics. Now, when we talk about lyrics, we're talking about the words that make up a song. Lyrics have to do with what an artist or musician is saying during the song, the lyrics. Okay. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Those are the lyrics to the song, Old MacDonald had a farm. Okay, those are the lyrics. So lyrics again are words to a song. A melody. A melody is the rhythm and the harmony of a song. That's the most catchy part that everyone remembers. So a melody probably that everyone knows is the Super Mario Brother melody. Do 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 do. So that melody, when you hear that, you know that's Super Mario Brothers, okay? Or dun da dun da 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 da. That's the melody for Star Wars. Okay, everybody knows that. Favorite wrestlers, when they come out, they have a song that has a melody. If you're into wrestling, so again, the melody is the catchy tune or harmony or beat, as we would say, of a song. Okay. the melody. Dance. Okay, when you hear music, it makes you want to dance. So that's what I mean. Doesn't music make you want to dance? You're out to eat and you're eating at a restaurant and you hear the music on and you're just you just start dancing. So dancing is when you're moving your body, your limbs, your feet. You're having fun. You're just moving to the rhythm or the beat or the melody of the song. Okay. So, like if you listen to the podcast, Jay's Learning School podcast, at the beginning, I have a melody that plays and it's kind of catchy. It makes you want to dance. So, that's what dance is. I told y'all I was getting beside myself and I'm looking around. I don't even have any water. Earphones. Now, if you're listening to music and you don't want other people to hear what you're listening to, then you would place earphones around your ears. In some cases, they call them now earbuds, where they fit inside of your ear. Back when I was younger in school, I had earphones that would cover the entire ear, and I would just blast the music or turn the music up way loud, and I would just hear it just going into my head. And so earphones kept people from around me from hearing the music that I liked. Okay. Acapella. Acapella is the opposite of instrumental. So in instrumental music, there's no words, just music. Well, in acapella, there's no music, there's only words. So when someone sings a song a cappella, there's no music. They're just keeping the beat. They're singing the song without any help from the music. It's a cappella. You don't want to hear me sing. Oh no. You do not want me to start singing. You guys would probably unsubscribe very quickly. I sing when I'm in the shower or in the car. Okay, now for my younger students, this is called a jukebox. Okay, many of our younger students may not know what a jukebox is. Okay, you're more familiar with iPads and mobile phones, but way back in the day, back in the 60s and 70s, and I was born not in the 60s, but I grew up in the late 70s, so I'm familiar with the jukebox. And a jukebox was a machine that you would put a quarter in, 50 cents in, maybe more or less, and it had numbers and letters on the front, and you would choose the music that you wanted to hear. And the jukebox would play that song, and then it would go off. And if you wanted to hear another song, you go and add the coins and you would pick another. You would be like A5 and it would pick your song, or J3 and it would pick another song. And most of the songs would be on an album. Okay, and we'll talk about that later. But the jukebox was known for playing different music. And it was so funny. It had a little catalog and it would flip the catalog and you could select the type of music you wanted to listen to. So you should do a YouTube search on jukebox if you're not familiar with them, just to see how they operated. A jukebox. Classic. Now, oftentimes when there is a song that has lasted the test of time, we would consider that to be a classic song. So, for instance, Michael Jackson, the song he had, beat it, no winter, beat it. That's a classic. It has been around since the 80s. Or born in the USA, I was born. A classic, been around since the 80s. They still play it. People still listen to it. Okay, that would be considered a classic. It was a hit back then, and it's a hit right now. It's a classic song. Okay. It will never go out. It just passes, or it endures the test of time. A classic song. Old school. Okay. Now, when you get to be about 40 and you have children or relatives, nieces and nephews, they will like music that is modern or up to date. And the music that you listened to when you were their age, they would consider that to be old school. So the music I grew up on, okay, because I'm older, it would be considered, but that's old school, you know. But we have a saying, it's an oldie, but a goodie. So it may be an old song, but it's still a good song. And so, again, many people may consider Michael Jackson's music to be old school, okay? Music that was from the 70s, the 80s, even now, the 90s is considered to be old school, okay? But new school music was music that came out a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago. That's newer music. But if you're 35, 45, 55 or older, the music you like is probably old school. All right. A concert. A concert. Now, a concert is a place where people go to listen to musicians, to listen to artists, or to watch them perform their favorite songs. Okay. Now you have different types of concerts. You have musical concerts, you have comedy concerts, you have rap concerts, you have classical music concerts, and I believe they call them maybe a symphony or the symphony of instruments, but they play classical music at a classical concert. So a concert is where a large number of people go to gather to listen to music and watch the artist perform their songs. Okay. And depending on the artist, it will determine how much it costs to go see them. Some concerts you may can get in for $30, but then some concerts may cost you $200 to $300. Let me look up something while we're in class here, because I've been hearing rumors about Beyonce tickets. Now, I'm not a Beyonce fan. I don't listen to her music, but oh my goodness. Her tickets right now at the recording of this lesson, the cheapest ticket is $150. It says, but the average price for her tickets is $1,000. Oh my goodness. Wow, $1,000 to go see her perform her music. Nah, I think I'm good. I think $1,000? Would you pay $1,000 to go to a concert? Let me know down in the comment section. There is no way I'm paying $1,000 to go see Beyonce or anybody else. Okay, here's our first pop quiz question. Music with no words, it's called what type of song? So what type of song is it if it has no music? What do we call that? Let's see if you were paying attention. Make sure you leave your answer in the description below. Okay, let's go to the next section of today's lesson. An album. So earlier I was talking about a jukebox. So an album is also considered to be called vinyl. Okay. Or sometimes a collection of songs is called an album. Okay. What songs did you listen to on the latest Beyonce album? Okay. So a collection of songs. An album can also be this particular item here where you listen to music, and they're coming back in style now. albums or vinyl, they're coming back in style now. You used to have a record player that you would have to listen to an album on. I'm trying to find words to describe uh, what an album is, but it stands for a long play record. Okay, and so you would play it on a record player, which I'm going to talk about later. But they were big. You couldn't fit them in your pocket. They were just very, very inconvenient to have around. Back in the day, you would want to listen to albums over your friend's house. You had to stuff them under your arm to listen to them, to transport them or put them in a crate. But albums are pretty much outdated, but they still are coming back into style nowadays. An album. Okay. And of course, like I said, albums or vinyl are played on a record player, and they can scratch. They're easily damageable. You can damage them pretty easily. So that's one of the downfalls. But they have a unique sound to them. A verse. A verse of a song is what a person says, okay? Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. That's the first verse. And on that farm, he had a cow, E-I-E-I-O. That's the second verse. With a moo-moo here and a moo-moo there. Here, moo, there, moo, everywhere, moo, moo. That's the fourth verse, okay? So a verse is a line of lyrics in a song, okay? And a verse can have a song can have as few as one verse or two verses, and they may repeat them over and over again. Or a song can have 50 or 60 verses. It just depends on the song and the artist and how creative they want to be. A copyright. Now, a copyright is what an artist will get to protect their music. Here in this country, you have to file a copyright if you are a musician with the Library of Congress. And once you get a copyright on your song, it protects you, or it proves that you were the author or the creator of that song. So the logo for a copyright is a C inside of a circle. And whoever owns the copyright has the right to sell or lease that song. Um, and so a copyright is very important. It is what a musician or a writer or an artist must get to protect their music, their creative music, or the creation that they made in music. And it also proves that they are the author. Volume. When you're listening to music, you can amplify the sound. You can turn the sound up or you can turn the sound down. And you do that with the volume. Rewind. When a person rewinds a song, they actually go back to a certain point. Okay. Now, if you were to fast forward, you would go forward to the end of a song or the next song. But to rewind means to go back. Just like putting a car in reverse, rewind, you go back. A CD, okay? It's smaller than an album, it's more compact, it's more sturdy, and sadly, CDs are going out of style. They don't even make cars with CD players anymore. But one of the benefits when CDs came out when I was younger is that you could fit so many different songs on one CD, where normally on an album, you may have on one side of an album 4 to 5 songs, but on a CD, you could probably put 4 to 500 songs on a CD, depending on how you formatted the CD. Okay. So a CD is a small compact disc. That's what CD stands for, compact disc. and people use CDs for music as well as for data or information. A cassette tape. Now, some of my younger students may have no idea what a cassette tape was, but man, we used to have cassette tapes back in the day. Before there were CDs, before there was digital music, there were cassette tapes. And cassette tapes were actually small pieces of plastic that had microfilm sort of like on it. That's what held the information from the music. And man, you could jam a tape and it would get easily destroyed. If the cassette tape got wet, that was it. It was done. You could pull the tape out and destroy it or splice it if you wanted to cut something off of the tape. So cassette tapes were a form of or way that we used to listen to music back in the 80s and the 90s. Yeah, the 80s and the 90s. But cassette tapes came out, I believe, back in the 70s. All right. Shuffle. Now, when I'm listening to digital music and I want to shuffle, I want to listen to music in a different, I guess you could say you would shuffle the music. You listen to music in a different order. Okay. So you may have 5 songs. And instead of listening to track 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if I were to shuffle, I may listen to track 3 first. Then it may go to track 1. Then it goes to track 5. Then it goes to track 2. Then 4. So shuffle rearranges the order of the music, and I can listen to songs in a random order. Shuffle. Repeat. When I repeat a song, I'm listening to it over and over and over and over again. Okay. When I'm in the car with my wife and I listen to the same song, I have it on repeat. She just looks at me and she's like, can we listen to something else? Okay. So repeat is playing it over and over and over again. Okay. Here's our next pop quiz question. To protect their music, an artist must have a what? To protect their music, an artist must have a what? Were you paying attention? Leave your answer down in the comment section. Oh, wow. I'm having fun, guys. Bluetooth. Okay. Now, with technology, we are able to transmit the music from one device to another. Bluetooth. So I don't have to use a CD. I don't have to use an album. I don't have to use a cord. Okay. With Bluetooth, I can transmit through the air the song from one device to my car. So if you listen to Jay's Learning School on your phone, you can use Bluetooth to listen to it in your car, or you can use Bluetooth to listen to it on a Bluetooth speaker in your house. Okay. And then everyone can hear the lessons. Okay. So Bluetooth is a type of technology that allows us to go cordless. Bluetooth. Lip sync. Okay. Now, when I lip sync, I am singing along with a song, but no words are coming out of my mouth. So if I were lip syncing, I would look like I would be moving my mouth in sync with the music that I'm hearing. Okay. Lip sync. So if you were to sing Old MacDonald Had a Farm and I were lip syncing with you, you would sing it, but I would be like, oh, nothing was coming out of my mouth. I was lip syncing based upon what I was listening to. A track list. Okay. A track list is a list of the names of the songs that you're listening to. So if track 1 is Old MacDonald Had a Farm, you will see on the track list 1, Old MacDonald. Then number 2, Jay's Learning School. Then number 3, Jay talks about phrasal verbs. Then number 4, so it lists the names of the song in a particular order. That's called a track list. Bass. That's that hard thumping sound that you hear from the song that you're listening to. Boom, 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 boom. That's the bass from the song. And to me, the bass sometimes is what can really bring out the tone and the feel of the song. Okay, so the bass is the best way I can describe it is like the boom, 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 boom. That boom sound in the song. A soundtrack. Now, a soundtrack is the track listings of songs for a movie. Okay, so if the movie were Star Wars, all of the songs that they played in Star Wars would make up the soundtrack. Okay, and so they may have 20 different songs that make up the soundtrack. Or if you went to see a Marvel movie, Spider-Man, Iron Man, and all of the music or the songs that they played in the movie would make up the soundtrack. And sometimes the soundtrack makes just as much money as the movie. That's amazing to me. A feature. Now, a feature, if I have a song and I allow you to be on the song, let's say one of my students, Ahmad, let's say I made a song and I said, Ahmad, can you be on this song? It would be Jay's Learning School featuring Ahmad. So the feature is a guest artist that is on the song with the main artist of that particular song. Okay. A feature is a guest artist on a song. A sample. So when a person samples a song, they take a part of another song and they make it their song. So if you liked Old MacDonald Had a Farm, you took E-I-E-I-O, 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 and made that a song, that would be the sample from Old MacDonald. Because you would listen to that song and you'd be like, I've heard that before. Oh, that's a sample or a piece of a song from Old MacDonald. And so that's what you consider to be a sample. And sometimes people sample songs and they make them sound different, and you would never know it was from another song. They made it sound like it was their original. People are very creative, very creative. And finally, a slow jam. So a slow jam is basically a slow romantic like song. Okay, it can be a country song, it can be a rhythm and blues or an R&B song, but it's usually a slow song that you would listen to between couples. Okay, this is a slow jam and you could dance to it, you would hold the person close, and it's just a slow jam. It's just a slow romantic love song, a slow jam. All right, here's our final pop quiz question. Moving your lips silently to the lyrics of a song is called what? Moving your lips silently to the lyrics of a song is called what? Let's see if you can get that right and get all of the answers right today. Leave your answer down in the description. Well, let's get a subscriber shout out today. Have had a lot of new subscribers, and thanks everyone for helping me to reach 1,000 subscribers. Isn't that cool? Oh, wow. Let's just keep growing. And I hope the new subscribers become more active in the comments section. But here are a couple of recent Subscribers, I want to give a shout out to and say thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. I hope to hear from you pretty soon in the comment section. Here's a recent comment from someone that was here on the channel. This was a great comment. Let me read this one. This is from Alexandra or Alexandria. I am Brazilian, and I'm not fluent yet. I'm using a method that it consists of spending 30 minutes listening to videos in English like your videos. Because I am not fluent, I have to listen to people speak a little slowly as you do. It was a little bit longer, but I'm going to stop there. And I replied by saying, that is so good to hear. I believe your hard work will pay off. Thank you for watching my lessons. I also have a podcast you can listen to help also. Anytime you have a question, leave me a comment. Welcome to class. Hope to hear from you more about your English journey. Wow, isn't that amazing? I think technology is so awesome to where it gives us the ability to communicate all the way across the world or from across this country. I have been enjoying the recent comments that I have been receiving, and I do reply to as many comments as I can. And if you have a great comment like that one, I will feature it on a lesson. So let's keep those comments coming. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. I hope you have learned something about music that will help make your English speaking journey a lot easier. Again, my name is Jay. Make sure you subscribe if you're not a subscriber, and I hope you join me on my next lesson. Have a wonderful day.